Hi, before we start this ASMR video, I'd like to thank all these members on my Patreon for their continued support. If you're looking for any content that I create on other platforms, check the link below. Now, let's get into the video. So you've come to get assessed on your physique by a professional bodybuilder, is that right? You're too kind. These biceps, why yes, I have been working on them. You've noticed I've been on a prep for the last 9 weeks. That's right. 9 out of 12 weeks so far. I would say it's getting pretty good. But enough about me. Let's have a look at your physique. I'd like to assess your body from head to toe to see what I can do for you, to what I can change, to what I can make look better. How does that sound? Excellent. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what each muscle group is. I can see that you just want to work on essentially from your chest up. Get broader shoulders, bigger biceps, forearms, a back. The standard of what all bodybuilders want. All the females want that nowadays, and all the males want that nowadays. It doesn't matter what sex you are. That's just the new thing, that triangle shape. Anyways, I will show you what I mean. So, the first thing that we're going to do is go through, that's right, the muscle groups. You're so smart. So, the first one obviously is your forearm. That's this right here. You've got, I won't go into too much detail in terms of muscle or the names of them, but I will tell you the functions of them and exercises as I go through that can help strengthen them. So the first ones we've got are your forearm. This is your forearm muscle here. It connects to obviously to your elbow up to your tricep, bicep, shoulder, etc. The ways to move this muscle, as you can see, it does create a little bit of clicking in my wrist, sorry, but this motion here, the flexing of the wrist, really moves this forearm. So items like that are grippers that you can grip like so. That will work the forearm. Holding onto barbells where you can flick your wrists up like this. That will also work your forearm, as well as working this part of your forearm. Creating that nice width gives you a good width to work with your arm. Yeah, I keep looking at your ball cap right there. I like that. That's a nice ball cap. So, and then obviously you want to work your grip strength, because when you work your grip strength, well, that just ties in with your forearms. Grip strengths are just gripping things as hardly as you can. Just grab it, squeeze it. You could, a dumbbell, a tree, anything that you can just sort of grip and squeeze as hard as you possibly can. That will work your grip strength. Are you following me? Great, great. I like that. So that's the forearms. Let's move up to obviously the most famous muscle on both male and female bodies, the bicep. So this is your bicep. You can see the muscle where the bicep actually is. The rest of this, surprisingly enough, is your tricep. And when you flex in different ways, you can really see the difference of it in relation to how you turn your wrist. So when you have your wrist like this, flexed towards you like so, it creates a peak. When you move your wrist like so, it fills in that gap. I'll show you from this side. There's a gap. Watch my wrist move, and it fills the gap. Different ways. See the muscles, how they change. Pretty interesting. So obviously ways to work your biceps are standing there and lifting arms in a upwards motion against gravity. So you grab onto whatever it is and you lift slowly. Don't swing it. If you swing it, well, you're doing your bicep a disservice, because that's not how you work a bicep. You work it slow and eccentric. You grab onto something and you squeeze and you pull up nice and slow, and then feel the eccentric portion pulling down against your bicep. Like that. That will make you feel absolutely incredible. You will get the best pump ever by doing that. Now, you can't negate this arm either, so same thing. Other bicep exercises are 21s. What are 21s? You take a bicep, you take a dumbbell, you do 7 repetitions, halfway. Once you hit that 7th, you then start at the top and you go halfway from the top. And then the final 7 are all the way down, all the way up, all the way down, all the way up. They're called 21s. You won't need a lot of weight. If you use anything over 20 to 25 pounds, I don't care how big you are, that's going to burn in a good way. But the purpose of it is to create that burning sensation as you flex it, as you tense up that muscle. You want to feel the blood rushing to it. You want it to be filled up. You want it to feel pumped, in a sense. You always hear bodybuilders refer to it as, I've got a good pump going on. What that means is, if your bicep, let's just say, is like this, and that's flexing, when they have a pump, it sort of goes like that, but they're not flexing because there's so much blood that is filled up in your bicep that you don't need to flex, and it just stays like that. It does go away, but it just makes you feel bigger and better and more badass. I don't know how else to describe that. So, easy ways to work your bicep. Any motion where you are here and you are pumping the iron up, 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 like so. Next, tricep. That's this puppy right here. Do you see that horseshoe? That is a horseshoe. That is where your tricep heads meet. I forgot to mention your bicep. You have 3 heads on your bicep, an inner, center, and outer. Make sure that you work all 3 heads simultaneously at different times. Don't just work on the outside head, work on the inside head as well, and focus on the center one. The bicep is one muscle separated into 3. Don't negate one. It's just not good etiquette. You wouldn't just work one side of your leg and not the other. You get what I'm saying. And then you've got your tricep. As you can see, there's a tricep right there. Mine is showing quite nicely today. The tricep starts all the way up here and moves right down to your elbow. But when you turn sideways, this whole section here is also your tricep. You can see how it juts out. Tricep. On the inside, tricep. Now, when you have a tattoo, it's a lot harder to see. Obviously. You can't see the tricep muscle as much. So if you ever get a tattoo, just do one arm. Don't do both arms if you want to see some of the definition in your body. Now, to do tricep exercises, you're going to be pushing up against gravity. We refer to these days as push-pull legs. It's a great routine where Monday is push. So any item of your body that is in a pushing motion, chest press, push, triceps, push, leg press, push, 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 push. Next is pull. Any pulling sensations, pulling onto your back, pulling up on the bicep, pulling back on your legs for the hamstrings. And then legs. Legs gets its own separate day because it's the biggest muscle group in your body and it deserves to be really, 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 really worked. So make sure you take care of your tricep. It's like 70% of your arm in terms of relation to your bicep. Even though we all love the bicep, like, who doesn't like a beautiful bicep? Take care of your triceps. Now, let's move to the shoulders, the shoulder boulders as they call it. You can see here that the shoulder muscle connects all the way up to the center of your back, along your spine, where your erectors are found. Same goes for both sides. Your shoulder blades connect up to your erectors down your spine, and they go all the way down to your tailbone and up into your neck. The shoulders are something that you need to take care of if you want to have a wide look. Now, both male and female can enjoy big shoulders. It's not just to men, but when you know how to flex your shoulders, like if you just sort of stand here, you get loosey-goosey, like so, like this. Put your arms together, and then push your shoulders together. You'll see that your shoulders start to pop. The shoulder has 3 heads, similar to the bicep. You've got your front delt. The front delt is what connects to your chest. Your insertion point is up there, but this front part is a push. So when you're pushing, doing chest, shoulders, where the weights are in front of you, you're working on your front delt. That's this one, right here. And if we go to the side, you've got your side delt. Your side delt shapes into and connects to your bicep. And then you've got your rear delt. Your rear delt is seen right here. That's your rear delt. So when you do a bicep flex, you can really see what it looks like. And obviously, as you get leaner and leaner and you shed body fat, those muscles will become more and more apparent. If you're ever curious about what it looks like, go look at a picture on a wall. Then you'll see, where they have the human and all the skin is stripped away and you see all the muscles. You'll know what I'm talking about there. So that's your shoulder, that's your biceps, that's your triceps, that's your forearms, your delts, your side delts and rear delts. Front. Now, I'm going to show you the back, but you won't hear me talking because I'm going to be facing away from you, obviously, so I'll show you what I mean. So, I'll tell you, when you flex it, you'll see that everything connects to the erectors in the center of your spine. So, building a strong core midsection along the top and lower side of your back, you definitely want to strengthen your lower back. Will help tie it all together. You'll see what I mean. So, you can see. That's your back. Now, I won't go into too much detail about it because the focus is the front of your body today. Totally fine. I respect that. Who doesn't want to have a big chest, arms, and all that jazz? But don't negate your back. We can have a different conversation about that another day. The reason I say not to negate your back, because we're so accustomed to sitting at desks nowadays, you get rounded shoulders, like so. It's exaggerated, but if you don't work your back muscles and you work just your fronts, these muscles right here on your chest become very tight. And what does that do? That causes your muscles and your arms to want to come forward. These muscles sort of pull your shoulders in, creating a rounded look. And then with leaning forwards, it's not the most attractive look in the world. So you want to work your back, your shoulders, so that you can stand how a normal human should stand, and then work on tilting your you're straight. Now, the chest is separated into, we'll leave this on today. We're just in public here and we're in a gym and I'm not going to just take off my shirt, but you can get the sense. I'll show you little pieces here. So you've got a muscle here, your chest, it connects, as you can see. As you get leaner, this chest muscle starts to show more and more, attaching into your armpit. That's where, when you get, see what I mean? You can see the chest muscles. They slowly start to creep into the crevices of your armpit where they all connect. That's where your lower chest, pectoris major and minor, connect into that junction point with your bicep, your front delt, and your side delt. There's a lot of muscles that all connect in that area, so take care of your shoulders. Take supplements, omega-3, 6, 9s. Your joints as you get older will thank you. So as I was saying, you can see as you get leaner and leaner, the muscle that starts here starts to come down, and it will start to show more and more along your chest. I'm not quite there yet, but you can definitely see it's starting to form. The other side, same thing. Slow and steady wins the race. You don't want to lose weight too fast, because if you lose weight too fast, you will sacrifice muscle because your body it's starving. Therefore, it's going to break down muscle tissues as fuel to keep you alive. So if you're dieting, if you're trying to lose weight, slow and steady. Don't give yourself a timeline. Give yourself a year. Aim for a pound, half a pound, at max, a week. If you did that for a whole year, losing a pound a week, 52 pounds in a year, that's a lot of weight. And it's just 1 year. But you'll look absolutely phenomenal. So, and when you flex, not that my chest is there yet, but you can see muscles start to connect. You start to see a separation line that shows up. As I said, I'm only 9 weeks in to this session of bodybuilding. There's coaches out there that you could have hired, but you picked me, so I feel thankful that you picked me, so thank you for that. Now, how do you feel? How do you look? Let's examine you. Your proportions look quite nice. Flex your arms for me, please. Like this. Just flex your arms like that. Just like that. Flex as hard as you possibly can. Thank you. Keep it going. Just mimic me. Mimic what I'm doing. Thank you. Your right bicep. It's a little bit bigger than your left. Are you right-handed? That makes sense. Usually your more dominant hand is the one that will have a bigger arm, bigger muscles, bigger definition. I'm a left-handed person, so you can see I have quite a defined forearm. Whereas if you go to my right, just not as defined. That's how you know the difference. You can really see it in the muscles. Even if you put them beside each other and you twist, just a little bit different in terms of definition. Easy way to find out if someone's left-handed or right-handed. Just get them to do that. You'll always find out. Good. Now, nice lat spread. So, take your lats, push them out like this. Pretend like you're trying to bring your elbows in a circle around you. Like that. Thank you. And then flare your lats. Just copy me just like that. Good. They look pretty even. Do you do pull-ups? Okay. I'd like you to start doing those. If you do the lat pull down, that's okay. But you're not isolating. You're just isolating those muscles there. When you do a pull-up, you're engaging your entire back. Try it. If you can do 2 pull-ups of your own body weight, I'd like for you to do the lat pull down with your body weight on the machine in terms of the weight. And you tell me which one's easier. If you weigh 170 pounds and you can do two pull-ups, 170 pounds on the lat pull down, and it's a little easier. That should tell you something about which exercise is more appropriate for growing your back, your lats, your bicep, all of it. Just trust me on it. Good, and then looking at your section, remember I'm just staying chest up today, so turn around for me. Alright, let me just see the symmetry of your back there. Yeah, lean forwards for me. Good, good. Touch the floor with your toes. Just looking at the symmetry of your back. Good, you can turn around now. A little bit of one-sided on that erector there on the left side. It's not that it's bad, but it's a little bit more palpable than it is on the right side. Your right side, like you are dominant on the right side, just means you use your right arm for more things in life than you do your left, which makes sense why your right side of your body would be a little bit more defined, muscly, we'll call it. So when I give you a plan, a workout plan, we're still going to do the same exercises, but on isolations where you're working just the one side of your body. We'll up the weight just a bit on that one side, and you're going to push a little bit harder just for the first 3 or 4 months. That way we can create some symmetry where there's not an imbalance. Exactly. Good. So just give me another bicep pose just like that for me. Good. Just copy me. Good. Good. Go like this. Arm stretched out. Bring your arm up and flex. Good. Can you just pull your skin down like that on your arm, please? Good. I just want to see where the separation is. And then your tricep. Just what you're doing is creating a fist, hand on by your hip. And now you're trying to pull your hip arm away from you. Just like that. Good. Can you do that? Great. Yeah, that's fine. Let's just feel your traps here. Traps. I should have shown these off to you earlier. That's these guys here. I'll just show you off one at a time. This is your trap muscle. So what you can do is a lot of exercises can work this. If you know how to isolate a muscle, you can seriously, you can really bring them up. If you know how to isolate a muscle, that helps you work it out better. The same goes for this side. If you can just pull up that muscle, it helps a lot. And also it really shows them off. But it makes your shoulders look smaller, so don't do that. Just be normal. To build up your traps, you can do dead pulls where you pick up weight and you're holding them and you just shrug. Anything heavy, hold it, grip it hard. Working on your forearms and pulling up. Not only are you working on your traps, you're working on your rhomboids, which are in the center. They sit on top of your erectors on your back. You're working your forearms and you're working your biceps, all by just pulling up on yourself, like so. There's a lot you didn't know. I know, there's a lot to know about the body. Now, before I let you go, before our session here is over, anything else you'd like to learn or know? You want me to do a double bicep pose again? Something to aspire to? Sure. I'm here for you. I'm your coach. So let's start with the first arm out, up, second arm, up. Now, if you want, that's just to make it look like that. If you want to get true symmetry, you put your arms up like so. Flex out, pulling back, and then up. Really want to flare your lats like so. That way you can really show off your body. Go ahead, give it a try. Let's see how you look. Lower that arm a bit. Good. Nice. 90 degrees. And then bring your arm in a bit. If you have it too out, it elongates your bicep. Look at the difference. difference in your bicep and how it changes its look. That's your little fun tip. Exactly. I won't charge you for today. You can leave me a like and a comment. That way other people are enjoying my coaching sessions, can come and watch it as well. Watch to see how I discuss their body. Show them a thing or two about muscles. I'll see you in about 2 weeks' time at our next session. I'll email you the diet. Yeah, that's a whole different conversation, but quick quote pro. Say that 3 times really quick. Your diet will go down in calories week over week, but that's okay. It's all worth it in